morning, friends. Greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I am your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado, registered pharmacist number 12275. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality, to your health, to your well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 27 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure, because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system, it is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis, and while some folks may call that healing, regenerating, renewing system a miracle, it really is no miracle at all. It is simply the way the body works. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, supplements, ingredients, we want to hear from you on The Bright Side. We welcome your phone calls at 855-660-4261. If you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you do that. 855-660-4261 is our number. And, of course, if you have a success story, you want to contribute to the conversation, or if you have questions about any of the longevity products you hear us talk about on The Bright Side, 855-660-4261 is your number. You can also call the Bright Side Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Make sure you ask them about joining the Bright Side Ben team. You can start yourself a longevity business for a one-time $10 fee. Enjoy all the tax benefits associated with having your own business and make some money while you're doing it. Help spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program. And, of course, you can also get your products at the wholesale price by calling the Bright Side Ben phone team at 866-735-2470 and tell them you want to join the Bright Side Ben team. Help me in my mission to educate the world about the power and the importance of a good nutritional supplement program. You can also head over to brightsideben.com and click on the Join the Team link, and somebody will get back to you with information. I want to encourage you to check out my blog, too, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly with news stories and blog posts. And if you're in the Austin area, love to see you at Brave New Books tomorrow at 7 o'clock. I'll actually be out there a little bit earlier, mingling around, so stop by and say hello if you're in the Austin area. That's Harlan's wonderful bookstore, awesome bookstore, Brave New Books. I always enjoy checking out the good stuff that he's got over there. Okay, let's see. One more little housekeeping tidbit. Last week I was talking to somebody on the phone, and I said that I would get to telling you about a really cool book on electromagnetics, on consumer protection techniques and strategies for protection from power lines, computers, etc., wireless phones, that kind of stuff. The book is called, I forgot to do it. I kept forgetting to do it. I meant to do it Thursday. I meant to do it Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Anyway, the book is called Electromagnetic Fields. The author is B. Blake Levitt, Levitt. It's a really neat book. There's lots of good information here about not only about electrical fields, but also about the body's electrical system. Remember, the body is electrical. We talk all the time about nutrition and chemistry, but at the end of the day, healing is voltage. Healing is electrical. And the reason why chemistry and biochemistry and nutrition is so important is because it facilitates electrical energy. The fundamental healing nature, the fundamental wellness nature, the fundamental nature, really, of the body, the fundamental nature of life is electrical. And involves electrical currents. It is a little bit complicated for the layperson, but it's not really that complicated when you think about it. Electricity is nothing more than poles, positive and negative. A positive pole and a negative pole, and movement between those two poles is what we call electricity. A cell is a little electrical circuit. And in order for a cell to be healthy, that electrical energy has to be conducted efficiently, and all of that depends on a clean environment as well as nutrition and oxygen. The book is called Electromagnetic Fields, B. Blake Levitt. All right, we are talking about collagen and connective tissue and the relationship of peptides, specifically the peptide glutamine, to the whole building process, the whole collagen building process, the whole connective tissue building process. Connective tissue is the bulk of our body in combination with muscle tissue. Connective tissue and muscle tissue kind of go together. Muscle tissue is the stuff that moves, relaxes, and contracts. Connective tissue is the stuff that our body hangs on, basically. Connects everything together, hence the name connective tissue. Between the muscle tissue and the connective tissue, you got the stuff that makes our body solid and strong and robust. Muscles for movement. How all that occurs, by the way, is unbelievably intricate and involves tiny microscopic contractions and relaxations. I'm not going to get into that, but it really is amazing how our muscles work. And then the second type of tissue is the connective tissue, which is largely collagen. You've all heard the term collagen. Women have all heard the term collagen. I've been in the skincare business now for going on 30 years, and collagen is the ultimate holy grail. Secretion of collagen and production of collagen is the ultimate holy grail in the world of skincare. The signs of aging, at least the visible signs of aging, are for the most part connective tissue problems, connective tissue issues, and collagen problems. When we look at somebody, when we look at an older person, when we look at ourselves in the mirror and it looks like we're getting older, what we're really looking at is connective tissue breaking down. Connective tissue is secreted from very specialized cells. They're called fibroblasts. We talked about that yesterday. Fibro means fiber. Blast means making or manufacturing or factory. A blast cell is a factory cell. A fibroblast is a factory cell that makes fibers, collagen fibers. And turning these fibroblasts on is the key to anti-aging and healing and beautiful wrinkle-free skin. And there's lots of ways to activate fibroblasts to make sure they're healthy, specifically for the skin. Yesterday we talked about topically activating fibroblasts using vitamin C and vitamin A and alpha-hydroxy acids. Alpha-hydroxy acids like glycolic acid or lactic acid. Lactic acid is almost like a growth factor. In fact, all alpha-hydroxy acids can be thought of as growth factors, topically that is, for connective tissue. I call these three ingredients the big three topical skincare ingredients, and in my opinion, they should form the core of all anti-aging, anti-wrinkle, connective tissue building skincare problems. The vast majority of skincare ingredients do not address connective tissue. This is so important because this is what we really want. We really want connective tissue building. When we're looking at anti-aging skincare, we're looking at connective tissue building skincare, but the vast majority of ingredients don't address connective tissue. Why? Because they can't. Connective tissue is located deep down in the skin, and 99.999%, at least a lot of skincare, I don't know how the exact percentage is, but a lot of the skincare ingredients most skincare ingredients only address the surface of the skin, which is a completely different type of tissue. It's called epithelial tissue and has nothing to do with the connective tissue. Your best way to turn fibroblasts on internally is to use good nutrition and to use supplements and to keep your intake of inflammatory foods low. If you want to build connective tissue, and remember, we haven't really mentioned it too much, but this whole discussion on protein and peptides really began with a discussion on osteoporosis and on bone building. Well, bone is a type of connective tissue. Surprise, surprise. So everything we're talking about when we talk about building connective tissue and activating fibroblasts, activating blast cells, the fibroblasts are actually called osteoblasts in the bone, all of this has to do with building connective tissue. So inflammatory foods, keeping those down, refined processed sugars, restricting your intake of these refined processed sugars and pro-inflammatory foods is really, really important. Nobody should ever be eating these kinds of fast foods and processed foods. I mean, once in a while if you're really desperate, but if you're serious about anti-aging and about building your body, you really want to avoid those kinds of foods. They're not in our interest, people. They're economic. They have an economic interest. The companies that sell them want us to eat these products. They're the ones who benefit, but we really don't benefit from eating at Chili's and eating snack bars and cereals. There's no benefits to eating these kinds of foods. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll continue this discussion when we come back from our break. 855-660-4261 is our number. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this.
Pharmacist Ben Fuchs believes virtually all disease states can be backtracked to digestive problems.
Deficiencies in stomach acid can affect all downstream systems. Taking digestive enzymes can be amazingly helpful for dealing with deficiencies in stomach acid. Enzymes require low pH for activation. You can also use aloe vera juice, by the way. Sugars in aloe vera have a coating effect on the digestive system. Youngevity has a cool product called Noni Plus, which is made from aloe and the noni fruit. It's tasty. It can also function to support digestive acidification of the stomach, and activation of digestive enzymes.
Take Pharmacist Ben's advice and support your digestive system by ordering Noni Plus from Youngevity. Call 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470, or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
On the average, Americans work between 45 to 50 years, hoping to build up enough wealth to retire and live out their golden years. Unfortunately, with taxation, the rising cost of food, energy, housing, and medical, many retirees are forced to live below the poverty line. Is this a flaw of free enterprise, or is our monetary unit we call the Federal Reserve Note forcing us into perpetual debt, ensuring inflation and higher taxes? These questions and more can be answered by reading G. Edward Griffin's book, The Creature from Jekyll Island. Congressman Ron Paul states it's what every American needs to know about central bank power. A gripping adventure into the secret world of international banking cartel. Hi, this is Ted Anderson. I will give a silver dollar from the early 1900s to anyone who purchases this book. Call 1-800-686-2237 and order a copy today. It's critical that the public be made aware of the system. Call and order your copy today at 1-800-686-2237. That's 1-800-686-2237.
Do you owe the IRS money that you can't pay? Are tax liens and levies ruining your life? Are you tired of being afraid just to go to the mailbox? If this describes you, then Dan Pilla can help.
Hi, I'm Dan Pilla, and I've been solving tax problems for more than 30 years. In fact, I wrote the book that made it possible to negotiate settlements with the IRS, and I've helped thousands of people do exactly that. Call now at 800-346-6829 to learn how I can help you. You know your IRS debt will not go away by itself, but you don't have to live in fear anymore. New changes to IRS policies will help more people than ever before eliminate their debts once and for all. There's no need for you to suffer another day with IRS debt. Call 800-346-6829. I can help you eliminate wage and bank levies, release tax liens, and negotiate a settlement with the IRS that will put your tax nightmare behind you forever. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to my website, taxhelponline.com. That's taxhelponline.com.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
The nation's largest independently owned and operated talk radio network. The Genesis Communications Network. GCN.
All right, we're back on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben, and we are here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 on our archive page at brightsideben.com. You can also check out all the fine longevity products at brightsideben.com. Click on the Buy Now link and pull it down, and you'll get all the longevity products, including my personal favorite, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, which I'm sipping on as we speak. Beyond Tangy Tangerine is loaded with water-soluble nutrients. One of the neat things about these water-soluble nutrients that nobody talks about is the fact that if you're going to the bathroom, you're urinating, you're losing your water-soluble nutrients, and where do you think they're coming from to replace the B vitamins, the vitamin C, and the electrolytes that you're losing? Water-soluble nutrients are electrical nutrients. They're the nutrients the body uses in the short term. Long-term nutrients are your fatty nutrients, D, E, A, K. They're fatty and minerals as well. These kind of nutrients get stored and they're used for the long term, but the quick-acting, short-term nutrients are vitamin C and the B complex, especially the B complex. If you're urinating, you're losing them out. You're losing them out of your body. You're removing them out of your body. You want to be replacing these things, and one of the best ways to do it is to do it in a liquid fashion. That's one of the neatest things about the BTT, Beyond Tangy Tangerine. And you notice results fast. That's why you notice results fast. Do your BTT first thing in the morning. Sip on it all day long. Do it after meals. If you're diabetic and you're urinating a lot, diabetics tend to go to the bathroom a lot, make sure you're replacing those water-soluble nutrients with the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. It's only $50 a canister. If you haven't tried this stuff yet, you owe it to yourself, you owe it to your family to at least give it a shot, and you can find out all about it at brightsideben.com, or you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. All right, our number today, 855-660-4261. We're talking about building the stuff of the body, the beef of the body, the connective tissue of the body. Keeping your intake of pro-inflammatory foods down is very important. That means refined flours, refined sugars, processed foods, correcting digestive issues, stabilizing blood sugar, using nutritional supplements, chromium, vanadium, and the B complex. Vitamin C is probably the most important nutrient for building connective tissue. Essential fatty acids are also important, and of course the B vitamins are always important for energy, for energizing cells. There has to be enough oxygen. You need raw materials as well to build the collagen, and that's where glutamine comes in. Glutamine is like a little shuttle delivery system. It delivers a key component of collagen, a key amino acid of collagen, and that means stronger bones. That means a more powerful muscle system, and that means better electrical environment for muscle as well. Glutamine is a major fuel source for energizing all dynamic, highly active cells, and it's a major fuel source for the collagen-making cells, the fibroblasts, along with the cells of the immune system and the digestive tract, which we've talked about at length. They're all specifically dependent on glutamine as a fuel source, and of course that all means anti-aging, wrinkle protection as well. Collagen is not just a protein that keeps the skin beautiful and healthy looking, but it does that. Collagen is also the stuff the body hangs on. It gives our body a flexible, resilient, bouncy, robust kind of structure. Like a high-tech, collagen is sort of like a high-tech, Star Wars, futuristic, flexible, nano-steel thread that runs throughout the body. And that's what the body's most predominant connective tissue component is. It's a high-tech, flexible steel. How do you like that? It's a nano steel. It's a microscopically architected steel. It's like a biochemical steel thread that the muscle part of us, the fleshy part of us, the meat part of us, and the glands and the organs hang on. All hangs on this kind of steel cable. It's microscopically thin. You know, like a high-tech biopolymer thread that is literally spun from these fibroblast cells like a spider spins a web. How cool is that? The fibroblast is actually spinning collagen like a spider spins a web. The fibroblast is like a little spider. It's a little animal being. It's a cell, but it almost acts like in the same fashion, at least in terms of how it weaves out collagen, like a little spider. As we age, this process slows down. As we age, connective tissue is breaking down. In fact, that's what we look at when we look at somebody else and we say they look old. The aging process is taking place throughout the body, inside the body, in the organs, and the glands, and the interior structures of the body. But the visible signs of aging, the wrinkles, the shriveling up, the shrinking of the body, the thinning of the skin, the stuff we can actually observe is a function of the breakdown and the aging of the connective tissue of the body. Under ordinary, healthy, younger conditions, the connective tissue is constantly remodeling itself. Connective tissue is always breaking down, and then it's building itself back up. Connective tissue is constantly breaking down and building up, regenerating itself, rebuilding itself, cranking out the stuff that makes the structure of the body strong and solid and robust. But for the whole thing to happen correctly, lots of things have to go right, including blood sugar control, no inflammation, nutritional supplements. Bone tissue contains lots of collagen, as well as the skin and as well as the interior part of the body. And all of this depends on keeping the body free of inflammatory factors, keeping the body's blood sugar stable, and nutritional supplementation. Critically ill patients, patients with liver failure, patients with cancer are all at risk for connective tissue breakdown, and this is why glutamine is so darn important. Glutamine gets converted into an amino acid called proline, which is part of collagen. Can you see how important this stuff is, you guys? I know we've been talking about this glutamine, this amino acid, the most abundant amino acid in the body now for probably a week or more, but it's so important. Glutamine helps the body process ammonia, toxic ammonia. Toxic ammonia can have negative effects on the kidneys. It can have negative effects on the brain. Glutamine can actually help carry ammonia to the kidney for elimination out of the body. This relationship between ammonia and glutamine is very important, and it actually accounts for the one knock on this important amino acid, the one downside, and I don't really even think it's a downside, but some people do. Dr. Russell Blaylock talks about how glutamine is problematic. He suggests people avoid it. I don't agree with him. Glutamine can get converted into something called glutamate. And glutamate is something that Dr. Blaylock talks a lot about. Glutamate is a very important substance for the brain, but it's a stimulating substance, and you got to be somewhat careful with stimulating substances. Dr. Blaylock says that glutamate can be an excitotoxin. He recommends people stay away from supplementing with glutamine. As I say, I don't agree with him. He also says that because glutamine helps shuttle and carry ammonia, if you have some kind of liver toxicity, it may increase the burden on the liver, especially if you have liver disease. Dr. Blaylock continues his negative report, if you will, his critique on glutamine when he talks about autoimmune diseases and glutamine. I usually agree with Dr. Blaylock. I like a lot of his stuff, but in this case, I do think he's off base. For one thing, it's true that glutamine gets turned into glutamate, but it goes back and forth. Glutamine goes to glutamate, glutamate goes to glutamine. It's a cycle. It's actually called the glutamine-glutamate cycle. And while it's true that glutamine can increase brain glutamate, the fact is that you need the stuff. You need glutamate. It's not a toxin. In artificial form, like MSG, monosodium glutamate, it can be an excitotoxin, but glutamate is a very important neurotransmitter. Can you overload the system? Can you get too much? Yes, probably. You can take too much if you're doing it in terms of a food processing chemical, but I don't think you're going to get too much glutamate simply by supplementing with glutamine, and I'll tell you why when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben, our number 855-660-4261. We do have a couple lines open for you. We welcome your phone calls, 855-660-4261. We will be back with more good health information right after this. Don't go away.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right. General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for under $30,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet under $30,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Take delivery in spring. 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
To thank you for being a loyal listener, we have a limited time freebie offer for you. Claim your free heirloom tomato seeds, just pay shipping, right now at 123freeseeds.com. These aren't ordinary seeds. These are heirloom, non-genetically modified super seeds. that are open pollinated and can be grown, harvested, and replanted endlessly. These survival seeds are actually more valuable than gold in a crisis. Go to 123freeseeds.com and you can get an airtight storage packet of 150 super seeds free while supplies last to say thank you for being a loyal listener. First come, first served. Just cover shipping. Go to 123freeseeds.com now to see if your free heirloom seeds are still available. That's 123freeseeds.com.
Hi, this is Steve Sanchez, and based on a recent study, it was found that 57 million Americans had legal issues over the last 12 months, but only 60% of those studied sought out the services of a lawyer. Why? In a nutshell, affordability. Well, my friends at Legal Shield have created a solution that can help you not if, but when you need an attorney. For as little as $17 per month, Legal Shield will provide you unlimited access to qualified attorneys at an accomplished law firm for advice and counsel on legal issues no matter how serious or trivial. For over 40 years and with 1.4 million families across North America, Legal Shield can help you, the loyal GCN listener. Representatives are standing by now to answer your questions, so call them now at 1-855-340-SAVE. That's 1-855-340-7283, or visit them at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com.
It's time for a home security quiz. What effective home security device is smaller than a coffee cup, fakes out burglars into thinking someone is home at your house while you're away, plugs into any wall outlet, is recommended by many police departments, and sells for less than $30? Yes, it's Fake TV. This year, about 1 in every 50 U.S. homes will have a break-in, with burglars usually picking the easy target, a dark house that looks like no one is home. Fake TV is a small electronic security device that makes it look like someone is home watching TV by simulating the light from a real TV. Fake TV could be the difference between coming home to a secure house or one that's been ransacked. To get your Fake TV for only $29.95 with free shipping, go to faketv.com or call 1-877-5-FAKE-TV. That's 877-532-5388, or go to faketv.com. Fake TV, the burglar deterrent.
Great news, pure water lovers. BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com has a special discount offer for all GCN listeners. You can't do better than a Big Berkey for economy. For only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. There's none better than a Big Berkey for emergency preparedness as a backup water source. And you just can't beat a Big Berkey to remove dangerous chlorine, all types of fluoride, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, parasites, and unhealthy byproducts from municipal water. Berkey water filter systems are even powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. For the gold standard in water filters, get a Big Berkey at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And all GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. For details, call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
We are the premier independent talk radio network, the Genesis Communications Network, GCN.
All right, we're back on the bright side. Get to your phone calls here in just a second. 855-660-4261 is our call-in number. If you have questions about health or nutrition or the longevity products, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, or if you have a success story you want to share, or just contribute to the conversation. If you're in the Austin area, please stop by Brave New Books tomorrow at 7 o'clock. I'll be doing a talk along with Deb Stevens and Gary Hanna. We're talking about colloidal silver and bentonite clay and zeolite, and we'll talk a lot of stuff, a little bit about the longevity products. I'm going to be getting there a little bit early, so if you're in the Austin area, I'd love to see you. Make sure you stop by and say hello. Let's see what else here. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear us talk about on the program, you can head over to my website, brightsideben.com, or you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. All right, we're talking about glutamine and glutamate. And before we went to break, I was telling you how Dr. Blaylock Russell Blaylock, whose work I admire a lot. I've been reading his stuff now for many years, almost 20 years now, and he's usually right on, spot on. I like a lot of the stuff he talks about, but I'm not sure he's on when it comes to this subject. The idea of glutamine supplementation. He's not really big on glutamine supplementation. And I'm not sure I don't agree with him here. He feels like glutamine, because it gets turned into glutamate, may have some problems, may cause some problems, some brain problems. Glutamate is a neurotransmitter. It's a brain chemical. It's involved with stimulating the brain. Very, very important. Obviously, you need to have your brain stimulated. What you don't want it is overstimulated, and this is what an excitotoxin is. The most predominant excitotoxins are added to foods. They are added to foods to make foods taste good. They make your brain happy, basically. When you eat a MSG, and you put MSG in Spam or some nasty meat, your brain gets so happy and so excited, you think that the Spam or whatever the food is that had the MSG tastes really good. So food processors love adding these kinds of things, MSG and flavor enhancing chemicals to foods. So Dr. Blaylock says, well, you should stay away from glutamine because it gets turned into glutamate, but I'm not sure I buy into that. First of all, it's not entirely clear that brain cell excitotoxicity is going to occur just by taking glutamine. Glutamine gets converted, or glutamate actually gets converted into something called GABA, which is relaxing. Has a relaxing effect. So it turns out that there's a feedback mechanism. When you take glutamine can get converted into glutamate. On the one hand, it'll go back to glutamine and cycle back and forth. And on the other hand, it can get turned into GABA, which has a relaxing effect on the brain. So I'm not sure that I buy into what Dr. Blaylock is talking about. Personally, I do supplement with 5 grams or so a day, especially if you're dealing with some kind of stressor, especially digestive problems, or if you have cancer, or if you are post-surgery, you just came out of surgery. Any kind of stress, in my opinion, and we're all under stress. Dr. Blaylock even admits, he says if you're under a particular kind of stress, that's the one time to do glutamine. That's what Dr. Blaylock says. He says if you have some kind of digestive distress, you're dealing with cancer, even he admits that you want to supplement with glutamine. Well, my take is we're all under stress. We're all under physiologic stress, just from toxic water, toxic air, toxic food, radiation, emotional stress, mental stress, spiritual stress. So in my personal opinion, it's probably a wise idea to be supplementing with 5 grams of glutamine, if not every day, at least every other day, especially when you come home from the gym, as we've said before, especially if you're working out. There are also foods, not a lot, but there are foods that will get you some glutamine. And we'll talk about that when we come back on our next Bright Side episode, and then we will move on to our next component, our next building block of the master antioxidant, master cancer fighter, super detoxifying substance, glutathione. Probably, or arguably, the most important peptide in the body. Okay, 855-660-4261 is your Bright Side phone number. Edward in Kentucky, welcome to the Bright Side. What's up, buddy?
Yes, from Savannah. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. What's going on, Edward in Kentucky? Where are you in Kentucky, by the way? Where do you live?
I live in Louisville, Kentucky, and my name is Henry, but that's okay. That doesn't matter.
I got Edward here. All right, go ahead, Henry. What's up?
All right. I wanted to ask you about colostrum. I have an autoimmune disease, and I've been researching colostrum a lot.
Good stuff.
I wanted to get your take on it.
It's awesome stuff. It's a type of milk. You probably know this, but it's a type of milk produced in the last stages of pregnancy, as well as the first few days after giving birth. It's this gooey kind of substance. It's thick because it's loaded with nutrients. It's loaded with antibodies. There's not a lot of colostrum. You don't get a lot of colostrum out, but that stuff is amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. It's great for the immune system. It's loaded with immune factors and antibodies. But an autoimmune disease is really not something that you necessarily want to treat by using something, as much as you want to stay away from stuff that activates the immune system. First of all, if you're using bovine colostrum, there's a possibility that your immune system may react to that, so you got to be careful there. I'm not saying colostrum is not good stuff. It really is good stuff, but I don't necessarily think that it's a good idea to treat an autoimmune disease using nutritional supplements, using things as that's important. Let me rephrase that. That all is important, but the most important strategy for autoimmunity is staying away from things that activate the immune system, and of course that always means foods. Looking for food. So if you're eating something that your body's reacting to, you say you're eating bread or eggs or whatever, rice or potatoes, and you're getting some kind of reaction, tomatoes, spinach, and then you try to do colostrum to take care of the autoimmune disease, but you're bombarding your body, you're saturating your body with things that activate the immune system. That's sort of counterproductive, and that's why I have a problem with people trying to use things like colostrum or vitamin C or magnesium to treat an autoimmune disease without taking care of the original problem, which is an activated, hyperactive immune system. Does that make sense? First of all, Henry, does that make sense how I explain that?
Yeah, that makes total sense. And actually, I've been a long-time listener, so I'm on the Mighty 90 and the whey protein. And
good deal. Are you noticing you're getting better? Are you noticing you're getting better?
Yes, I have noticed it. I have noticed it improving. And what I wanted to do was maybe add the colostrum on to the Mighty 90 and the whey protein.
If you can, if you don't react to the colostrum, I would do it. But again, focus on on building the digestive system. Colostrum will help a little bit with that, with strengthening the digestive system. But I'd be using also as well, if you're not on the Biolumin Nightly Essence, I'd be using that. And then I'd also be focusing, as I say, on food allergens, food toxins, and avoiding certain specific foods that you react to. Okay? Does that help, Henry?
That sounds fine. Thanks a lot.
All right, my man. Thanks so much. Have a beautiful day in Louisville, Kentucky. And let's go out to Iowa and say hello to Clint. Welcome to the bright side, Clint. What's going on?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
In reference to the MSG talk that you were talking about earlier before.
Yeah.
MSG, it does naturally occur.
Yes, absolutely.
In nature, just a little bit. Now, I understand that what it was there for and its purpose and stuff, but I'm not a big fan of it. But I mean, I'm just making that comment.
That's a very important point. You know, a lot of times we don't recognize that things that we consider to be toxic are actually naturally occurring, and MSG is indeed naturally occurring. The problem is when they bombard the body, you bombard the body with it because you're taking super high amounts in foods. But yes, you're absolutely correct. Glutamates, monosodium glutamate, sodium glutamate, whatever you want to call it, is definitely a naturally occurring substance. It's not essential or anything, but it's naturally occurring.
Overloading your body with too much of any one thing.
Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely.
Okay, my comments, what I was calling about was the BTT 2.0.
Yes, sir.
Say you're sipping on it now, and I sip on it. What I use is about, I hear the music.
I'm sorry, Clint. I hate to do that to you. All right, hang tight. And then if you're on hold, hang tight, too, because we'll try to get to everybody today. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. 855-660-4261 is our number. We will be back right after this. Don't go away.
For health and vitality for you, your family, and friends, get the Healthy Start Pack from Longevity, as recommended by registered pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
If you're a junk food junkie, getting on the Healthy Start Pack is one of the best ways to wean yourself off of processed snack foods and start putting good nutrition in your body. If you have a loved one who's dealing with heart disease or any health challenge, the Healthy Start Pack makes a great gift. If you have a grandparent or a parent in a nursing home, you will be amazed at the difference a once-a-day dose of the Healthy Start Pack will make in your loved one's energy levels, in their memory, in their mood, and in their general outlook on life.
Give the gift of optimal health to your loved ones and order the Healthy Start Pack from Longevity by calling 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Gemstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R-value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Gemstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
Would you like being an insider? Would you like getting exclusive access to prizes and better deals? Would you like some help in making sure you and your loved ones are prepared for the next disaster or emergency? If you answered yes to any of these, here's your simple solution. Join Freeze Dry Guy's Survival Insider Club. Not only is your membership free, you get $10 in survival bucks just for signing up. Then you save at least 10% on purchases, plus enjoy insider access to specials, prizes, and other exclusive offers. Since 1970, veteran-owned Freeze Dry Guy has been your trusted source for long-lasting, easy-to-make freeze-dried food and dehydrated food, perfect for emergency preparedness, RV travel, and outdoor needs from camping to sailing. Enjoy life as a survival insider. Call Freeze Dry Guy now at 866-404-3663, 866-404-FOOD, or log on to freezedryguy.com. That's freezedryguy.com.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, listen carefully. Sweeping changes to IRS policies will help more people than ever eliminate their tax debts once and for all. And now, thanks to Dan Pilla, you can get the tax help you need to end your tax nightmare.
Hi, I'm Dan Pilla. I've helped thousands of people reduce or eliminate tax debts they couldn't pay. And after more than 30 years of experience dealing with the IRS, I can tell you there's no such thing as a hopeless tax case. With the IRS's new policies, it's easier than ever to put your tax debt behind you once and for all. Call now at 800-346-6829 to learn how I can help you. You know your IRS debt will not go away by itself, but you don't have to live in fear anymore. Call 800-346-6829. Learn how I can help you eliminate wage and bank levies, release tax liens, and negotiate a settlement with the IRS that will put your tax nightmare behind you forever. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to my website, taxhelponline.com. That's taxhelponline.com.
We are America's largest independently owned communications network, GCN.
Back on the bright side, talking to Clint in Iowa. What's up, my man?
Back to the tangerine product.
Yes, sir.
I've been, how should I say this? I've never heard anybody talk about this aspect of it yet. I'm curious as to the color of my urine.
Okay, no problem. That's a great question, actually. You ever hear the word riboflavin?
Yes.
Riboflavin, which is vitamin B2, means yellow body. And riboflavin actually will make your urine yellow or kind of orangish yellow. Now, there's also a little bit of fruit powder in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Mm-hmm. So it gives a kind of like a little bit, that adds to the orange reddish color. So between the riboflavin and the fruit powder, fruit and vegetable powder, that's what you're looking at. And
I started out on just the Tangy Tangerine. Now I'm using the 2.0, and it did change color that way. But my concern was I was concerned that my body wasn't utilizing.
Oh, absolutely
it
is. 100% it is, because in order for it to get into your urine, it's got to somehow get into your blood.
Okay.
So it's going through the blood, and you know it's really what's in the cells that counts. It's not what's in the blood that counts. And there's no way to know that, so you have to just kind of assume, or you have to go by how you feel. That's always the bottom line, because you never know what's getting in a cell. Whenever they do tests on the blood to see what's in your system, you can't really. There's certain tests they can do. They can do something called an RBC, red blood cell test. But for the most part, when you're getting your nutrient levels checked, most people are checking the blood, and that doesn't really mean anything. And also with hormones, they'll check the blood. It doesn't really mean anything. They assume that if there's some in the blood or there's a certain amount of blood that it's getting in the cells, but that doesn't always mean that it's getting in the cells. So you can't really go by, there's no real way to know is what I'm saying, what's getting into your cells except for how you feel. And that's the bottom line. Do you feel better? Is your blood pressure lower? You have more energy? Do you have better sleep, better sex, better bowel movements? Do you have more energy, just feeling better mental clarity, etc.? Are you noticing that?
Oh, yes.
Then that's what counts, my friend.
Like in the last 2 weeks, I've noticed I've been on it for about 40 days now.
And what are you noticing?
And within the last 2 weeks, my sleep has improved.
Awesome. That's one of the common things that happens.
Okay. Also, in addition to this conversation, part of my discussion wanted to be omega-6 versus omega-3. What led me to go to this was listening to you about statins and how poisonous they are.
They're awful.
I did my research on some of the statins, and I found out what it actually is derived from and what it's made from. And what it's made from actually kills 100% of everything that it comes in contact with. So how can that be good for anybody?
Statin drugs do the same thing. In fact, all prescription drugs are what in chemistry we say cytotoxic. They kill cells, and that's why you can only take very tiny amounts, milligram amounts. If you saw the actual amount of active material in a 10 milligram or 100 milligram or 50 milligram tablet or capsule, you'd be shocked at how small it is. If you take even 3 or 4 or 5 times that amount, you would kill cells, and you'd probably be very, very toxic and very, very sick. Drugs are toxins. They're poisons. I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not being rhetorical. I'm not being poetic. They're literally poisons, and this notion of using poisons to heal is so asinine. It is so stupid.
Yep.
It is so ignorant that for a doctor, a medical professional, to participate in this ridiculous therapeutic modality is almost criminal. Dr. Wallach got in trouble for saying it's criminal, and it probably is criminal. And all you got to do is read the Hippocratic Oath, which says, "Do no harm, I will give no poison." That says it right there in the Hippocratic Oath. I got to move on, Clint. Did you have anything else, buddy?
Well, I guess I wanted more time, but I understand that.
Why don't you give us a call back? Give us a call back. I want to make sure I get everybody. I got a whole bunch of people on the line. Can you call back, Clint?
There, but do you have an opinion other than money management that he did wrong about Kevin Trudeau? And thank you for your
time. Kevin Trudeau, and that is another scandal of epic proportions. I think they put him in jail for a really long time. Read his book and make your own decision. That's an awful story with Kevin Trudeau. What's your take on that, Clint?
I'm currently on flaxseed like crazy.
Yeah, all his books are great. I like that one right here, Natural Cures They Don't Tell You About. Do you know why they put him in jail, by the way?
Well, from what I've seen on Wikipedia and all the stuff, it had to do with money management skills.
No, this is the reason he went back to jail. He was on parole or something. He went back because the judge thought that his weight loss cures book didn't work. He called it false advertising. They literally put him in jail for that. They said his weight loss, because he had the title Weight Loss Cures that they don't tell you about or something like that. The judge, and I think there's always behind the scenes stuff, and there has to have been on that, because his work is wonderful. He's wonderful. I like the guy a lot. All right, I got to move on, Clint. Thanks so much for your call. Appreciate all those good points. Love my smart listeners. Got a lot of them. A lot of smart listeners, and I appreciate all you guys. All right, Bill in Oklahoma, real quick, what's going on?
Yeah. Good morning, Ben. My question on glutamine is, now it's also helpful in connective tissue repair.
Bill, I'm having a hard time hearing you. Am I on?
Oh, gosh.
Bill?
No. Hello.
Hello, Bill. Speak up real loud.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Bill? Bill? I'm going to have to let you go here, Bill. Going once, twice. I apologize, Bill. I heard you say something about glutamine, but I didn't catch that. Call back, and maybe we'll get you on here real quick. Dean in Indiana. Is it Indiana or North Dakota? Dean in North Dakota. What's up?
South Dakota, Bill. South Dakota.
Dean.
South Dakota. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's going on?
Hey, I've been experiencing what they call muscle knots. In under my shoulder blades and in my traps.
Got it. Couple things. Like a cramping sensation? Is it a cramping sensation?
Cramping, burning. I'm an over-the-road driver.
Oh, okay.
So fatigue. They get, I get them rubbed out by like a like a massage therapist.
That'll help. That's a good idea.
But I feel good for about a couple of days.
Yeah.
They come right back.
All right, let me give you a couple ideas, okay? First of all, think about inflammation, local inflammation. It could have to do with foods, pro-inflammatory foods, refined sugars, flours, processed foods. That'll all cause some kind of inflammation, microscopic inflammation or muscle inflammation. Secondly, if you have any kind of digestive problems, toxins can get deposited in that area. That can cause cramping. Thirdly, think about electrolytic, that is electrolyte nutrients, magnesium, potassium, calcium, sodium. All of these, when they become deficient, can cause problems with muscle contracting and relaxation, and that will get experienced as cramping or tightness and burning for that matter. Use the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. That's where that product excels. It's loaded with electrolytes as well as the B vitamins. The B vitamins are also important. By the way, this is also important for night cramps. Sometimes people get these kinds of night cramps, especially if they go to the bathroom. As I was saying earlier in the program, when you urinate, you lose these nutrients. If you don't replace them, you can run deficient, and that is one of the major causes of these kinds of cramping and knotting and burning sensations that occur in muscles. And then this is something also that's very common among diabetics. So if you have any diabetes or pre-diabetes, and most of us do, once we reach the age of 35 or 40, most of us are at least pre-diabetic. You want to start stabilizing the blood sugar, staying away from anything that spikes your blood sugar, number one. Of course, that's the same, processed foods and refined foods and Coke and Pepsi and desserts and that kind of stuff. And then using nutrients that help the body process sugar, things like the B vitamins, which we just talked about, the electrolytes, that'll all help your body process sugar. The sweeties from Longevity, chromium and vanadium can help. Essential fatty acids can also help. The ultimate EFAs can help. Digestive enzymes have an anti-inflammatory property. And if you take them on an empty stomach, that's not going to necessarily directly help the muscles, but it may have some kind of muscle supporting effect. So you may want to use the ultimate enzymes. You've got to take those on an empty stomach if that's the case. So for all cramping, this is not just for Dean, you guys out there listening, for all cramping, all muscle knots, all burning sensation, number one, stay away from anything that's pro-inflammatory foods. Number two, stabilize your blood sugar using chromium and vanadium, the sweeties, the omega fatty acids. You can use choline, you can use taurine. And, of course, staying away from foods that spike your blood sugar is always a good idea, especially drinks. Those will really spike your blood sugar fast, Coke and Pepsi and fruit juices. And then last but most certainly not least, making sure you're replacing your B-complex and your electrolytes using the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Sip on it all day long, especially if you're drinking a lot of water. I'm drinking water I drink a lot of water. I probably go through a half gallon a day. But here's the thing, when you drink water, you tend to urinate out your electrolytes and your B-complex. So if you're drinking a lot of water, it becomes even more important that you start to supplement with the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. If you haven't tried this stuff yet, folks, what are you waiting for? Get over to my website, brightsideben.com, pull down on the Buy Now link, or call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. Try canister, just $50. Just $50 for this stuff. And if you're like most folks, you're going to notice results really, really quickly. All right, if you're in the Austin area, I hope to see you tomorrow evening at Brave New Books, 7 p.m. I will be getting out there early, so you can stop by and say hello. Love to see you. And that's it for now. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks so much for listening, folks. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. We will talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
Time and time again.
You need to come here and help us.
us. We need assistance. Please.
Those we should be able to depend on let us down.
Federal and state and local officials saying help is on the way. Well, the folks here in Bell Harbor say, show me.
Don't depend on the government to save you. Take action now so that you're prepared for the next disaster with MyPatriotSupply.com. Get the best prices on storable food, non-GMO seeds, water filtration devices, home canning equipment, survival and self-reliance books, and more at MyPatriotSupply.com. Call 866-229-0927.
We are hurting down here, and we need help immediately.
Before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare. MyPatriotSupply.com. MyPatriotSupply.com.